Welcome back to CAD 216, and we are going to add some ceilings into this drawing. We got the floors last time, and before we put the ceilings in, we also want to do something else. We want to take and put some skylights into this, and I have it, and I'll put that on there, the RFA. That way that you can take and insert that into your drawing. So let's do that real quick. I'm going to go in there and let me find mine. And right here's my skylight. Now, load into project and close. Override existing version. And what I want to do is go into my elevations. I'll go to my north elevation and come in here. It's just like putting in a regular window, but you got skylights. 24 inch by 27 is what they want. I'm just going to eyeball this in here, just try to get it. Now my drawing looks a little different than yours. I just threw my windows in there. Yours will actually look a little different than this, but I would just center them up between those double windows there. About that high is fine. Then I want to do a copy, and then I'll just bring it over here and try to center it up the best I can over there. That's fine. Between these two windows. So that's totally fine for what we're doing. And now, if you'll notice up here, you got floor plans, you got ceiling plans, and let's see what it wants us to do with the ceiling plans in the text. We are going to first go, looks like, to the second floor. Alright, so come in here to ceiling plans, second floor, and I'm following along with the book here, and it wants you to go in there and adjust your view range. So I want to come down to view range, and I want it roof here, it's fine, and 7'6" here on my cut plane, and everything else should be fine. Apply. Okay. Now we're going to put in some ACT system, and what that is acoustic ceiling tiles. That's just drop ceilings, and I'm sure everybody has seen that before. It's got the grids, and you can pop in the ceiling tiles above your head. And to go to that, we go to architecture, we go over here to roof or ceilings, and we got 2-foot by 4-foot ACT system. That's what we want. And you can see when you go into individual rooms, it'll just pick those boundaries up for you. But on this one, I'm just basically just click right on there, and it'll put it right in. The thing of it is, I got to make sure my height offset is right, so I want to undo that, and I'll go back in again, and we'll do it again. I'm just going to make sure I follow the book, what they want us to do. It's 8 foot 4 inches, and that's above the second floor level. Pop that in there, and you've got it. Let's see what else they want us to do here. We got the skylights already in. That's good shape. Looking good. Alright. Alrighty. Now let's move along, and let's go into the basement. Now, if you'll notice, the basement, we don't have a ceiling plans for the basement. Not yet. To put the ceiling in for a basement, what you have to do is come up here into View and come into Plan Views right here. And you want to do a reflective ceiling plan. And inside of that, we're going to come down, and we've got them on there, quite a few of these. So you double click basement, okay. And when you come in here, you don't see anything, and again, that is to do with, if you escape out a few times, you can slide down here to view range, and the book is saying us to put a cut plane at 6.6 and apply. And that would show us all of our walls and everything, and that looks really good. Now they're wanting us to put in the same type of ceiling down here, that 2x4 ACT, the acoustic ceiling tile. So let's do that. Architecture, come back over to ceilings, 2'4", and they're wanting us to put ceiling height at 7 foot. That's above the basement floor. And if I click just like that, it puts it in, which is really simple, really easy. And now it's asking us to take and it's actually wanting us now to change it to 7'2". 7'2". Alright, so we got it moved up to 7'2". And they're wanting us to rotate the grids. All you have to do to rotate the grids, just escape out a few times, click on one of these, just one of the lines, do a rotate it down 30 degrees, enter, and that's what the book is wanting us to do. And mine looks a little bit different than what theirs is. I must have rotated it the wrong way, but you just have to grab one of them, and it's just showing you have that option. I'm not happy with that, with doing something like that, because that's a lot of extra work, really, and you're not going to notice it all that much. So, but anyways, we're following along with the book, and that's what they have, and that is totally fine. So now we are going to do some more ceilings here. Let's see where we're at. We're going to stay in the basement, and we're going to make another level. We're going to make another layer, actually. When I say layer, I'm kind of going old school with that. We're going to make another material. We're going to make a what's called a GWB, and that's gypsum wall board on furring. Okay, and let's go ahead and we'll set all of that up, and it won't take us just a few minutes. But again, they're wanting us to go into manage, settings, materials. Right here they are. Gotcha. And they're wanting us to go in and check out acoustic ceiling tile, or actually gypsum wallboard. Gypsum wallboard, and they're wanting us to look at some stuff over here. Gypsum wallboard is sheetrock, is what this is, okay? So all this is correct. The foreground, gypsum plaster. So this one should be gypsum plaster. Just like that. Alright, the background should be none, as it is. The foreground should be sand, just like it is. And the background should be none. Apply, and OK. Now this is going to help us when we start bringing this stuff in. Now, again, we're going to go back to architecture, and now going to the ceiling tool. And we're going to get the GWB on furring, and we're going to edit the type, and then we're going to duplicate. We're going to make our own here. So this one is suspension, GB, gypsum board on metal stud. Okay, they're going to put their gypsum board on a metal strip and hang it. So, okay, now let's go in here and edit the structure. We've already duplicated it and made its name. Now, this is what they're wanting. They're wanting a metal stud layer that is 1.5 inches. Okay, and then they want another metal stud layer, so we got to insert, and I want to take, and this one I want to move it down. It's going to be a metal, and you can actually just type it in, metal stud layer, and okay, and it's going to be 3/4 of an inch. Then we're going to have a core boundary, and then we're going to have the gypsum wallboard as our finish, and we'll click OK, and then you hit OK again, and then the ceiling suspension on this one should be 7 foot on this one, and we come in here and click right there. Boom. Y'all see that? So we have that in. That's the ceiling on there. Now, you remember we went into materials and we put that foreground on there. Let me show you the reason that you did that. If you go back up here into Manage, Materials, and we go back to that gypsum wallboard. Now, if I were to come over here to this foreground and I went back and I put none on it, check out what happens. Apply. See how it doesn't show up? And you want that to show up on the ceiling plan to tell what it is. So that's the reason why that you have that on there. Oops. Let's go back in. Gypsum wallboard in the foreground here should be, and this is what actually will show up, the gypsum plaster. Apply. Okay. So that makes it look a lot better. So we got that done. Basement's looking great. Now we're going to come over here and we're going to take. Now they're wanting you to do some. They're wanting you to put a bulkhead in here to break this stuff up, but I'm not too worried about that. This is how I go about doing it, just to keep things simple. I go in to ceiling, and when I go to do this, right here, click on that modify placing ceiling, just sketch the ceiling in. At 7 foot, we're using the same material, and I come right around here, and I goofed up. So let's start that line. Let's fix that line. I escaped a few times, come back up here, and you want to go all the way to right there, all the way to there, and then actually we're going to cut across here. They're showing that we're cutting across right here just a little ways. And I'm assuming that's probably we probably need to put that bulkhead in there, because that's going to be that wall that comes up. So let's just go ahead and do that anyways. I was thinking we'd just take a shortcut, but we'll actually go in there and put that bulkhead in the way that they're asking us for. So when we do this, put this bulkhead in, we're just going to go in here to wall, and we're going to get interior, that 4.5 inch interior wall. Architecture, 4.5 inch interior wall. And we'll just do, this is fine. and we are going to put this wall, let's just put this wall right, it needs to be on the outside of it, so we'll try it again. Architecture, wall, let's go exterior. And I really don't know how far down they're wanting to go on this. I'd have to go back and look at some stuff, but we can adjust on that later. I'm just going to eyeball it for now. We'll put it about right there, bring it across to be fine, just for what we're doing. And at that point, we'll go ahead and put our ceiling back in. And like I said, you're better off just to sketch the ceiling in. Use your suspension, 7 foot. Come all the way down to there, back over to there, there. Finish that up. There's that ceiling in there. Okay. And on this one, and I think that's basically all that they wanted. Have ceilings on, and you would think that they'd want to put that in the rest of the rooms, but they're not showing it. So now we've got that done. The basement's all finished up. Now let's go into our second, or actually our first floor, and you're not seeing anything. The thing that we need to realize on this, on our ceiling plan, is you can actually go in, if you're wanting sheetrock or gypsum board on all of the top first floor, all you have to do is, there's a floor that goes across there. All you have to do is put your sheetrock underneath that floor for the second floor. Okay? For the floor joist, right underneath the floor joist, you'll put that sheetrock. So all you have to do is, I want to go here to 3D, and right here you can see it. Oh, I had it for a second. Right there it is. Kind of shows up. If you can't get yours to show up, you can do the section box over here, guys. And then you can take and cut away, and then you can actually go in there and touch that second floor, and it'll highlight it. And then you just go in here and edit the type. Now I want to duplicate this. I want everything the same, but I want a floor, and I want to put width ceiling. Okay? So hit OK on that. Hit edit. And now we're going to insert down here a finished layer. Okay? And that finished layer is going to be that gypsum wallboard, 1/2 inch. And we'll do 1/2 inch. And then OK. And OK on that. So now, if you can, it's kind of hard to see it, but you can look underneath of it, and you've got gypsum wallboard under that. So we're in really good shape at this point. And if you want to go back over here into the first floor ceiling plans, you see how that all shows up now? Good deal. So that's how you go about putting in all of your ceilings. Now here in just for the next video, we'll have a separate video. I'll show you how to put the lighting into the house. So there'll be 2 separate videos, so check that one out here in just a few minutes. If you need any help, just let me know.